Hey guys, what's going on? So today I decided I'm going to be doing a short video of just a random neighborhood in St. John, New Brunswick. So just for anybody that's thinking of moving here or relocating, I figure this might be helpful to actually see an example of a neighborhood here. So you can see there's still plenty of bus stops and things like that in St. John. I think there's a lot of misconception because it's such a small city that you have to drive. And that's not the case for St. John because we do have a pretty good bus system. You're waiting a little bit longer if you're used to, let's say, Toronto. But actually, I take that back. If you're from Toronto, bus says it's 10-15 minutes and then you're waiting half an hour, depending on the area. Here, I would say it's a solid 20 minutes. But you can see it's a very beautiful, quiet city. And I've driven through many neighborhoods in St. John and they're all the same. They're all the same. Like, of course, if you were to want to live uptown or be more in the core, you're going to get a little bit more noise and everything like that. But yeah, this is just gorgeous. Very peaceful. Not too many people around. So just to add some context, right now, today is Thursday, about 2:30 in the afternoon. And I will tell you that, I've been out here at 4, 5, like rush hour times, and it's pretty much the same. So just going down here, you do have some like townhome options as well. And those ones are definitely older than these ones. I personally like these ones better. But still very beautiful. There goes the bus. The school bus does also run in a lot of these neighborhoods in St. John as well. So that is something to note. If you have kids, and I just want to take you down one in particular street here once I can cross. And you can see, like, you still do get some car traffic and like people traffic. Of course, like there's still people around it. You're not like in the middle of Nowheresville. But of course, if you're coming from Ontario or Toronto, any kind of major city, you're gonna feel the difference of like, oh my gosh, this is so quiet, right? The one thing that I really do like about this side of St. John is you're right by the water and you're right by the Bay of Fundy, and you can pretty much see it. Like if you have a home anywhere on the west side, you're not too far from like a waterfront view, which is where I'm taking you right now. So you might just have to walk a little bit or drive depending on the area. You can see here very beautiful homes. And the thing that blows my mind, like that is a 3-door garage right there. And I can tell you the houses in this area can range from anywhere from 200,000 to, like, I would say the highest maybe in this area would be 5, 6, which is insanity because they're pretty huge homes. And like I just showed you, that was a 3-door garage. You can see most of these properties have a pretty decent backyard as well. I mean, from what we can see in the front anyway. The thing that I love about the East Coast as well is that a lot of the homes are just different colors. Like you'll see a blue house, you'll see a yellow house. It's not all like cookie cutter. Whereas this is, I would say, a pretty suburban area. And the only thing I don't like about the typical suburban areas is that all the houses are just cookie cutter, right? It's like the same builder, the same type, the same look, literally the same color. All the lawns look the same. And so I think that's what I like most about the suburban areas that I've seen out here. And trust me, they do exist. I will make a separate video on a couple different areas just to give you an idea. But they do exist. Like if that is what you're looking for, the cookie cutter homes, they do exist here as well. But yeah, this is just, I couldn't like imagine living here and then just walking down to the beach, right? Like, isn't that everybody's dream? All right, guess this is just like a little tennis court, which I think, because this is not like a public park, and I did notice a lock on the door, so I think someone's home here has a tennis court as part of their property, which is pretty funny. Because if you think of like a tennis court home, you think you're spending like millions of dollars, and I guarantee you that home is nowhere near a mill. This is a very cute home as well. Very different with the style and the shape. But like, here we are already at the waterfront. This is the Bay of Fundy. And so this is actually, this area here is a walking path. Beautiful, beautiful home. I don't know if I would want to live like right here, right by, actually, you know what? Obviously there are concerns about living right by water, and I wouldn't be too concerned here, and I'll tell you why. Because this area is actually a height area, so we're on the top of a cliff here where I am right now, and if the water were to rise, it would never rise that high. There we go. So there's your beach. There's your wonderful, beautiful view. Really just amazing. So this path here, if you were to walk this path, you have the option of 3 different beaches. So it does take you to 3 different beaches. You'd have to go down some stairs. And the other thing that I've noticed out here, that you do have to be careful, like if you have teenagers or if you have kids, you know, it's, I'm going to be blunt here, it's not really dummy proof like it would be in Ontario. So like, this is a full cliff here. If your child was to run that direction, they're going to go down a cliff and fall. So, you know, I think in Ontario, a lot of these areas or parks would be fenced off and closed off. And that's just not the case here. Like, I find a lot of New Brunswick is just like, don't be dumb, you know? So you really have to pay more attention to where you're walking, especially in a lot of nature areas and parks and things like that. And I do just want to walk a little bit down this path here to show you an example of a set of stairs, because I don't think it's too far. You can really see how quiet it is, how peaceful. You definitely do get a lot of deer in any neighborhood in New Brunswick. Of course, there are moose and things. I moved here 2 years ago to New Brunswick, and I'm in St. John as well, so I've never seen a moose yet, but so here we go. Yeah, so these are a set of stairs that would take you right down to the beach there. And this is what I mean, like, these stairs are not very safe looking. So you really do have to pay attention, because a lot of this stuff is not maintained. But like, man, look at that house up there. Gorgeous. Really gorgeous. So yeah, this is just a little neighborhood on the west side of St. John. And it kind of gives you an idea of the areas, like, and again, I'm going to be doing a different neighborhood. I'll go through the east side as well. But I think one of the things that I like about the west side of St. John as well is, like I said, because you're, no matter what, you can always be very close to the water. There is a section of the east side where you can be close to water as well, but anywhere in the west end you just walk 5-10 minutes, maybe more depending on where you are, and you can access this path and the water. And you kind of get a little bit of everything, right? Like, you get the best of both worlds. Like, normally when you think of when you're buying a home, right, you're usually, the question is, do you want convenience or do you want scenery? And with a lot of parts of St. John, especially the west side, you get both. You get your path, you get your beach, and you get your convenience. So we do have Canadian Tire, Walmart, in St. John. We have Sobeys, we have Costco. We don't have a Costco gas station yet, but I do think it's in the works. So that is something to note as well. We do not have a food basics, but we do have a no frills. You have your Winners, you have Marshalls. The mall in St. John, I can make a separate video of that, but you still have like your Sephora's and those kinds of stores, but not a lot of fancy kind of options. But I'm not a fancy person, so that's no problem for me. You can access your fancier mall, like similar to Yorkdale type of deal, but you just have to drive like an hour and a half from here. So yeah, this is just a glimpse of a nice little neighborhood in St. John, New Brunswick. If you do have any questions, or you want me to cover any different areas or answer any questions, please let me know, and I'd love to make a video for you. Thank you so much for watching.